we're looking at it's the four facets: eat better, move better, think better, live better. And if we're doing the four things the way Leon outlines, then the residents' quality of life is enhanced, and they might live longer as well with a higher quality of life. And we're looking at residents holistically, deliberately, and specific, and making sure that we're addressing their needs, whether it's food or more exercise or pain management.
Welcome to the Answers for Elders radio show.
And welcome everyone to Answers for Elders radio network, heard across the USA on YouTube and on your favorite podcast channel. And, you know, every week I am so honored to be able to feature to our audience the cream of the crop in senior care. And every week we do our best and we have some amazing guests. And this week we have some very special guests because they're an organization that I am very familiar with, that I have learned about since my early days in caregiving for my mom. And I remember visiting, I guess, their flagship community. But the company's name is GenCare, or GenCare Lifestyle. And GenCare is an incredible, just new philosophy of wellness for seniors. And we are going to discuss this today with its founder and the COO, Mr. Leon Grundstein, who is the founder and CEO of GenCare, and Danielle Parker, who is the COO, and you oversee all the healthcare and everything at GenCare. Welcome to the show.
No, we're excited to be here and very thankful that you gave us all this recognition.
Well, you know, I have been a big fan. You have this amazing philosophy that I think you've been pioneers in, and it's a program called Whole Life Living Approach. Correct. And I am really interested, Leon, if you can kind of first talk about the whole philosophy and how it got started. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, sure. I've been in the business for 35 years and worked for some other companies and was a partner and founder in them. And when I retired from the other company, I had a chance to think about what I want to do in senior living. I looked at what everybody else was doing in the industry, and it was more they were just housing the people and giving them food, which is important. But I wanted to do something more than that. And I was looking at really what we as humans really need, not whether you're just, in our age group demographic, but just as humans. Right. And so we all know that whatever we eat is the fuel that drives our engine. So we want good food. And that means without preservatives. We want special diets for vegans and vegetarians. We don't want processed food. We want to make food that's fresh on the site. We want to have adaptations for people who have gluten intolerance or diabetics. So we know that all this food that you put in your body is the fuel that drives the engine, and it makes you feel better, makes your heart run better. It manages diabetes, manages weight, all those things. And then, so I wanted to give that food to, and then the next step was exercise. You're getting good fuel, so you want exercise to take advantage of the fuel to keep your body strong, allows you to sleep better, management of diabetes, for example. And we know it reduces the incidence of cancer when you're active. And we just wanted to take that step as one of the four facets. That's the second facet. The third facet was a socialization. And we know that human beings do better in a social environment than being isolated. We as humans are like the interaction. It stimulates us both socially and emotionally, and we don't want to cut that out of our life. So we have a very socially active program with residents that we track what they do and how often they do it to make sure they're participating. Lastly, we have purpose, and no matter what age you you still want some purpose in your life. And so we do purpose-based activities. For those in Seattle, remember Jamie Moyer was a pitcher in the Mariners.
Yes.
He started a youth foundation that we participated in, and this was for kids who lost a loved one, parent or loved one. So our residents were making security blankets or teddy bears or journals to give to the 17 and under kids who'd lost a loved one to help them grieve. So we do things like that, community-based activities as well, and
Mm-hmm.
we have of really good participation. And we have a lot of skilled people who are retirees who take advantage of their knowledge and expertise and can do community-based stuff or even challenges local governmental jurisdiction on a street improvement in front of the building if they don't like
Sure.
it. But
Yep.
it gives them a lot of purpose. And so those are the four facets: food, fit, exercise, socialization, and purpose. And a
Yeah.
lot of companies talk about it, but we pride ourselves in that we actually implement it and track it. And all the staff that are involved are bought in to this program and are passionate.
I love it. And Danielle, you obviously oversee this whole program called Whole Life Living. Can
Mhm.
you explain to me a little bit about what the Whole Life Living approach is all about?
Yeah, so it starts with a vision, starts with Leon's vision, which is incredibly inspirational, and it's about change and making residents' lives better. Um, and so, my job is to do all those great things that Leon just said and make sure it's
Yeah.
happening in our buildings. So our methodology it's very deliberate, it's very intentional. We're looking at it's the four facets: eat better, move better, think better,
Mm-hmm.
live better. And if
Mm-hmm.
we're doing the four things the way Leon outlines, then the residents' quality of life is enhanced, and they might live longer as well
Mm-hmm.
with a higher quality of life. And we're looking at residents holistically, deliberately, and specific, and making sure that we're addressing their needs, when we meet them,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's food or more exercise or pain management,
Absolutely.
maybe Parkinson's disease, something of that nature. And so there's different aspects of the program that we'll talk about
Mm-hmm.
that
Mm-hmm.
specifically.
Well, and you know what you're saying is so true because they're making all kinds of discoveries about like brain inducing function foods that
Mhm.
they never knew before. And I've learned even foods for those that have arthritis, to things to avoid and things like that. So really to tie in that nutrition factor, for those that are aging, it can be life changing. I can only
Absolutely.
imagine.
Yeah, food is our best medicine. It absolutely is. It's critical. It's the fuel to everything, and it really starts with what we're putting into our body.
Hmm. Yeah, and obviously to you guys have been such pioneers from day one. I mean, I remember walking into your community the very first time and somebody mentioned, I'm the vitality director. And that's now it's used all the time, which makes me laugh. But I'm sorry, you guys started it first.
Yep.
You guys had the whole concept and you set the benchmark. And I will tell you that you've helped to make everybody, I think, better in that regard. You guys have been the leaders. You have certainly done it, from my perspective, some incredible things in the industry. So you're to be applauded, but also it's so interesting to watch organizations like yours that are constantly striving to be better and to do more. And I think this is something that I would definitely say about GenCare.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thank you.
thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
One anecdotal thing I'd like to add,
Yes,
we're getting ready to implement an anti-inflammatory diet, which
that's
speaks directly to
incredible.
arthritis and joint issues. And
Hmm.
we're also working on a program for women in particular who are breast cancer survivors,
Oh,
because
wow.
a lot of women who have that kind of surgery have scar tissue that
Hmm.
restricts their movement or affects their posture. So our trainers are looking at programs on how to help women recover from
Hmm.
post-surgical issues. And
Right.
once again, 80% of the people who live in our buildings are women. And anyone typically over 65 and older, that's a woman, they have about a 50% chance of having some breast issues.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's really important. And for those of you that are in the Seattle area, GenCare has 6 locations. Isn't that correct? All the way from North Granite Falls, all the way south to what, Federal Way or Tacoma?
Tacoma.
Tacoma. Yes. So
Yeah.
you guys really cover a lot. So how do we reach you?
Well, you reach us at our website, www.gencarelifestyle.com.
Yeah,
And
fabulous.
It'll give you the lowdown on all our buildings and give you some more detail and some wonderful pictures of what we do.
And I am very excited to talk about that in our next segment. So Leon, Danielle, and myself will be right back right after this. Did you know that you can discover hundreds of podcasts in our library on senior care? So visit our website and discover our decision guides that will help you also navigate decision making. Find us at answersforelders.com.